Hi, this is Lee. I'm a TOEFL coach of 8 years. Usually, I recommend people taking the test at a test center because the test center guarantees all the technical aspects of your test. You don't have to worry about it. And also, some schools do not accept scores from the home edition test. And sometimes you're taking the test for visa applications. Some countries do not allow you to give them scores based on home edition. But still, there are people who live very far away from a test center or get too distracted by other test takers, so they choose to take a test at home. So if you're taking the TOEFL Home Edition for the first time, this video is to show you what might happen during the test, even after you think you have followed the equipment and environmental requirements for at-home testing stated on ETS's website. The information below is from the great TOEFL advice subreddit. So after watching this video summary of test takers' experiences, nothing will really scare you during the test, and you will know what to do when unexpected things happen. So the first type of issue people reported is system instability. Things like the test crashing, lagging, or being asked to reconnect multiple times during the exam. In some cases, interruptions lasted 15 to 20 minutes, and in a few cases, the test was even terminated during a section. So when something does happen, the outcome isn't always consistent. Some people get a retest and some don't. Okay, and then there are some issues with the proctor and the overall process. For example, at the end of the test, some people didn't get any response from the proctor, and even after waiting a few minutes and trying to message them, the test just closed on its own. And some people were unsure about their environment. They're not sure about their room setup, like having a balcony or having multiple doors. They're not sure whether it's going to affect the environment inspection. In the comments, people mentioned that as long as things like windows or doors are covered, it's usually fine. The next situation is regarding software issues. Computer settings. For example, one person accidentally used a word suggestion on their screen out of habit. They're using Mac. They deleted it immediately and typed it again, but they were not sure whether this is going to be flagged by ETS or not. In the comments, people said it could be flagged, but you just have to wait for the result. If you're taking the new TOEFL 2026 and want extra practice, timing, and scoring guides and updates as we collect more real results, there's a link below this video. Fill out the short form and I'll send them to you. Some people were confused because their tests shown as scheduled on the website but didn't appear in the test application. So again, this is some system message clarity issues. Okay. In the comments, people mentioned that you need to start the test from the website and it will redirect you into the app to check in. So if something does go wrong during your test, what do you do? Okay. There might be some other situations regarding the proctor, the system, and all that. If something does go wrong during your test, you should contact ETS as soon as possible, by email and by phone, both. There's no guaranteed outcome and no clear timeline for how things get resolved either. In some cases, there isn't really any appeals process, but reaching out still gives you a better chance than not contacting ETS at all. Okay. Another thing to be aware of is the score decision at the end. If something happened during the process, like with the proctor, with the system, and if you choose to report your scores, it may affect your ability to request a refund later. If you don't cancel your score, ETS believe that you are okay with the test process. But if you cancel your scores, you lose that score and don't get a refund either. So you have to kind of make a decision on the spot. And knowing these things ahead of time helps you plan your test a little bit more carefully. If possible, people still recommend, I think most people still recommend that you choose a test center instead. Okay. So the home edition basically requires you to prepare the environment, your setup, the system, and how the process is handled remotely. So it can be more chaotic. It can feel more variable. But again, once you've seen these scenarios, you recognize them faster, you don't panic, and you know what to do next.